The biggest mistake you're going to make Pokemon investing is being behind the curve. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's take a look at Chilling Reign to begin with. In 2022, right, Chilling Reign got a massive reprint. It came down to $77, guys. The low point, sub $80 on this box. For most of 2022 into early 2023, well, towards the end of 2022, this was a sub $100 box. You basically had a year. You could have been picking this box up from $80 to $100 a box. But no one was picking up Chilling Reign at the time. Why? Because no one was talking about it. The popularity was not there. People were focusing on other sets like Evolving Skies or Hidden Fates or whatever was popular at the time. However, into 2023, you saw people start talking about it a lot more. They were making videos. They were talking about the Blaziken, the Moltres, and the Snorlax, and how the set had depth. However, this was all still true back in 2022 when this was an $80 set. It's not like the cards in the set changed. It's just that public perception of it changed. We're going to show another set. Fusion Strike. Same thing. $80 to $100 box for most of 2022. Even to 2023. Below MSRP. However, people start talking about it towards the end of the year, goes out of stock on the Pokemon Center once, comes back in, goes out again. Now we're at a $160 box. People are now making threads, they're making videos talking about how the Gengar and the Espeon and how it's got some great chase. Guys, this is the same set that was an $80 to $100 box 2 years ago. Why didn't you get in 2 years ago? It's because people weren't making videos about it, public perception wasn't there, and people don't do the research. They don't put in their own research into a product, and their investing is purely based on what other people are telling them. Now, Evolving Skies. Now, this is a bit of an anomaly, but you had over a year where you could have picked this box up for $150. Then it took off. This is the same product now that it was back in 2021, 2022. Public perception was not fully there. When we look at 2023, where this thing had basically steady growth, let's go back to the start of January. January 2023, $275. People were talking about Evolving Skies the whole year, and look, it pumped up the whole year. It had been out of print, tiny reprint towards the end of the year. But this thing was moving up the entire year. It was a great product. Everyone who has half a brain knew to at least get some action with Evolving Skies, whether you're picking up an ETB, a booster box. Everyone knew to get a piece of this, but a lot of people knew that because of public perception, what people were talking about on the internet, not what they were doing their own research and picking it up, because if most of the people were doing that, we would have seen this spike a lot earlier. A lot of people are behind the curve. They're buying up, in here $400, $500. And I mean, I'm still picking up some tins and stuff like that have Evolving Skies in it. I'm not picking up booster boxes or ETBs right now, but a lot of people are picking up booster boxes and ETBs at $400, $500, hoping it goes to $1,000 and they can double their money. Now, instead of trying to double your money, why not try and 2.5x or 3x your money by picking up products that no one's talking about right now? For example, Scarlet and Violet booster box base set. You could have picked this up for, around $70 towards the end of November. This is going to be a $200, $250 box one day. It's inevitable. Another one, Paldea Evolved. You could have picked this up sub $90. It's now over $100. This again, probably so far has been the best set in Scarlet and Violet other than specialty sets like 151. I personally think that Temporal Forces is going to be better than Paldea Evolved. Only time will tell, and it doesn't really matter because Paldea Evolved with the Magikarp, with the Iono, the Chiempao, the Raichu, it's going to be a $200, $300 box one day, guys. But we're ahead of the curve. It's before Paldea Evolved's time. It's before people are making videos about it every single day, talking up this product. It's before it goes out of stock on the Pokemon Center, which with a new MSRP will take a lot longer to get there. But we are going to see this move up with time. Guys, $100 a box on Paldea Evolved is just amazing. Another one, Paradox Rift, $90. Again, same thing. Normally, booster boxes don't go below $80. If you can pick this up at $90, we already saw a really large print run. Like every store went into it, Paradox Rift. When I look at a lot of the online stores, they have a ton of Paradox Rift as well. However, is it going to go below this? Maybe, possibly short term. Is it going to be a lot higher than this in 2 to 3 years? Yeah, probably. You need to decide if you think your money's better put into Paradox Rift or something like Evolving Skies. Where, is it easier for Paradox Rift to hit $200 a box or for Evolving Skies to hit $1,000 a box. You need to make up your mind on that. Another one, Crown Zenith. Guys, this was a $55 ETB for the longest time. Massive reprint. We were sub $30 an ETB. Again, we're up to like 35, 36 now. This is a very popular set. People love the chase cards. Galarian Gallery is amazing. This is going to be a set people want to open in the future. It's $36, $37. Before the reprint, $55, $60. Where do you think this box is going to head? Obviously not down any further. You know, we've already seen it recover a little bit from the reprint. This could theoretically be a $100 ETB. Is that going to be a 2-year horizon? Is that going to be a 4 or 5 year horizon? I'm not exactly sure. Do I think it's a good pickup at $35, $36? Of course. We've seen Astral Radiance move up as well. Again, you could have bought this for $90, $100 a box for the longest time. Even through pretty much all of 2023 below MSRP, 100 to 120 a box. We're seeing it slowly move up now into the 130s. My theory as to why this is happening is a lot of places are running out of Astral Radiance, which I covered in my first video on booster boxes to buy. It's why I'm picking up some Astral Radiance as well. People are just looking at Sword and Shield. For the past few months, you go on YouTube, you see all these videos. It's time, you know, last call, Sword and Shield. People are pumping the product, yada, yada, yada. Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, all of this. Once Astral Radiance goes out of stock on the Pokemon Center, it's going to spike huge as well. It's going to be $170, $180 box. But again, another set that if you get in now, you're going to be ahead of the curve because no one's talking about it. Now, there are two more I want to talk about. One is Brilliant Stars. Now, there was a massive reprint of Brilliant Stars. It has recovered basically from the reprint, as you can see. We were 165 before the reprint. We came down to about 120, 125, back up to about 160. Now we're about 150, 155, which is kind of crazy because it's still available at the PC. Now, if it's pushing this price and still in stock on the Pokemon Center, just imagine what's going to happen when it goes out of stock, which it more than likely will do this year. When I look at online retailers here in Canada, like Hobbiesville, they ran out of boxes of Brilliant Stars. Now, what that tells me is that if one of the biggest retailers in Canada doesn't have Brilliant Stars, there's probably not a ton going around. If you talk to other people, finding Brilliant Stars even before the reprint was a fairly difficult thing to do. This is a product you want to get into now before it goes out of stock in the Pokemon Center. Why? Because I guarantee you, the day it goes out of stock, people are going to be making their YouTube videos, they're going to be making their Reddit threads, they're going to be talking about how it's the third best set in Sword and Shield and how they knew it was going to go to the moon. But no one's talking about it now. Everyone's talking again. Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies, not a lot of them Brilliant Stars. I mean, just look at these cards. You have the Charizards, the Umbreons, like I said. Arceus, I forgot that was in there. The Mimikyus, you have the Galarian Birds. You know, it's just such a deep set compared to something like Lost Origin, which is more top heavy. You have the Giratina, the Aerodactyl, the Pikachus, Rotom. Other than that, you know, but it's still going to do well because of the Giratina. And this is the final set I want to talk about now. We saw the massive reprint of Lost Origin. Guys, it was up to almost $170. Came down to 125, 126, that area. We're back to about MSRP on this box. This is where you want to get in. What we have for Sword and Shield is probably all we're going to have for Sword and Shield. This is a good opportunity to get in before people start talking about Lost Origin, which I do think is going to be in the next couple of months, maybe 3 or 4 months down the line. And I also do think that Lost Origin will be sold out of the Pokemon Center by the end of the year. I think Lost Origin, Brilliant Stars, and potentially even Silver Tempest will be gone by the end of the year there. So again, this is the time to get in now. Be ahead of the curve. Make a smart decision about it. Again, do your own research. Finally, I just wanted to talk about something that I picked up this week for Pokemon Day. Hobbiesville Online had a sale. And to prove that, you know, I'm not just talking, I'm also walking the walk, I picked up a case of Paldea Vault booster boxes. Also, for a bit more transparency, I do believe I have 55 booster boxes of Brilliant Stars, 28 of Lost Origin, 23 of Chilling Reign, and 25 of Fusion Strike. About that. That's all I got for you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, share a like. I know this was rambly, but again, I'm just starting out with this. I'm going to try and get better with time. Thanks for watching. Stay safe wherever in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.